Good afternoon and welcome to the Windsor Star's Net News at Noon. I'm Craig Pearson, bringing you the best from the paper and the web. And first of all, I have to say Happy Earth Day, everyone. Even though Windsor does not seem to be the best recycler in the world, according to Waste Diversion Ontario, the Windsor-Essex region only recycles roughly 32% of its recyclable material. That's way lower than the average for Ontario of 42%, and extremely lower than the York region, which recycles an amazing 53%. Rather appropriately, Brookfield Renewable Power is having an official ceremony today to launch the groundbreaking for a wind farm in Cawdham. As well, the Ontario Minister of Education, Leona Dombrowski, is in town today. She's going to be touring the Assumption College Catholic High School, and we'll be discussing tourism and viewing a couple of eco-friendly projects. And by the way, it's volunteer week, which means you should go out there and help somebody. You'll feel better, and so will the people you help. An unknown assailant who police said has been sticking up fast food joints through their drive-through windows pulled another caper on Wednesday. This time he did it with a woman. They suspect it's the same person. He robbed her with his face covered and with a gun and ran off with her purse in the East End. In sports, the Spitfires host the Kitchener Rangers in another do-or-die situation tonight. The Spits trail by 3-1 in the Western Conference Final, so they obviously have to win tonight. And for all you NFL fans, it's sort of like your birthday today. It is the NFL Draft, and the Detroit Lions have the #2 pick overall, and as we all know, they need the help. You know, there is actually a mayoral election going on, but you wouldn't really know it by what's been happening. So here to talk to us a little bit about that is Star reporter Brian Cross. Hey, Brian. Thanks for coming on. So what sort of action do we have in terms of people running for mayor?
Well, officially there's 3 people running. A lot of people probably wouldn't know them, so I guess people would classify them as low-profile candidates. People with not a lot of political experience, people you haven't seen on as members of the council before. There's Sam Sinjari, a student who's 20 years old, Rob Vincent, also a student, age 39, and most recently Anthony Brothers, who's owns a home renovating business here in Windsor. He announced his candidacy here and formally filed his papers this week.
Right.
So those are the ones who are officially registered. Now, the big question is who is going to be coming up as a high-profile candidate in the future. And it appears that everyone is waiting for Eddie Francis to make his announcement whether he will run or whether he won't run, and then you're going to see some activity, everyone believes.
Right. I mean, I guess some people hear he's going to run and then decide not to, or hear he's going to run and say, yeah, I'll try to oppose him. But when he first ran 2 terms ago, he said that he would only want to be mayor for 2 terms, and he's coming up to the end of that. But people are saying, you know, he might have been reconsidering that.
Well, yeah, he told me he'll be making a decision probably in mid-May or mid-June, somewhere in that range, and everyone is sort of looking for the Chamber of Commerce's Mayor's Luncheon, which happens on Friday. I think it's May 14th. That's when everyone is expecting that he may speak. They're at least going to ask him some questions, and he's going to have to answer that question a bit more formally.
Last thing is you spoke to Alfie Morgan, who's a former business professor, and he's sort of a political commentator in town. And what was his take on what Windsor needs at this time?
Well, he's been very vigorously looking for a high-profile candidate who is sort of, he really wants someone to tackle the city's economy, and he's been searching for high-profile candidates who he thinks can do the job. And there's people. Well, everyone's talking about, you know, Bill Mara, who ran against Eddie, current councillor who ran against Eddie in 2003. John Milson, former mayor, who's now in a number of entrepreneurial businesses here in the city, former mayor. And Sheila Wisdom, who just stepped down from the United Way, again a former councillor. Sheila told me yesterday that she doesn't intend to run. That was the most, drop dead, I'm not running type of comment. The other two were John Milson was said he's busy doing what he's doing right now, but didn't flat out rule it. And Bill Mara basically said he hasn't made a decision yet. And we're going to see what happens in the coming weeks.
All right, well, that's going to be interesting soon. Thanks a lot for talking to us. And because it is Earth Day, here is my script being recycled. Thanks very much. Please tune in tomorrow for some more Net News at Noon. Thank you.